Ladies and gentlemen, let me make sure we are good to go. Make sure I'm on camera as well. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into Fanatics Live. This is the best night of the week. You want to know why? Because Fanatics Live is on. I got my experts. They were here bright and early. They were ready to go. Playoff is here. They can sniff it. They can taste it. For those that's not in the playoffs, the boat is ready. Choo choo! They ready to go. Listen, choo choo. Is that the sound? What's the sound of the boat make? I don't even know, but I know that's the sound.
Ahoy, matey. Ahoy,
We
matey.
are here, man. Fanatics Live for the fans, by the fans. Shout out to my experts that's on. There'll be more coming on. I'm a little hoarse, so I won't be doing too much extra unless Timmy provoked me, because Timmy like to provoke people. Him and Cello. Them G-men are really happy. Mark then flip-flopped and changed sides. He now all of a sudden root for them. The hate is real up on Fanatics, but I understand why. Number one seeds are in place. Want to move up. They want that home field advantage. Ruben, I get it. Timmy, I get it. Terrence, I get it. B. Clark, I get it. Tyrone, I get it. You want that number one seed. So if that means hating on another team and letting them flip-flop, I get it. Fanatics Live for the fans, by the fans. Salute to y'all. Hopefully everybody is good. Let me just do a round table. Make sure you're good. Now, I don't think it goes without saying. The guy that's on here every week, the first person aside from me, he probably beat me on. Like, he be on here before I get on. What up, Ruben? What's going on, sir? Salute.
What's up, man? Salute to all y'all. Glad to see everybody, man. And it's getting to the round table to the end. Let's see who gonna make it.
Yes,
Who's coming
sir.
on the boat next?
Yes, sir.
I'm already on the boat, so I got my stateroom. Y'all know I already got my stateroom kicked out. It's decked out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting on the rest of y'all.
Listen, man, I'm trying not to get on there no time soon, but I might have to get a boat sound effect to have on here. Terrence, whenever you want me to hit the sound effect, let me know. I'm hitting the sound effect of, when the boats are leaving the harbor and they
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. You'll be on there soon. You'll be on there soon. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. You'll be on there soon.
Can I enjoy my 2 minutes though? Can I enjoy my couple minutes that's out here at the dance? I can't
because if I can't get none, you can't get none either. So it is what it is.
The hate mentality, man. I love it though.
So listen, that's the terrible Terrence I know.
Yes,
exactly.
sir.
That's what we do here on Fanatics. Fanatics is literally that. We are the voice. Let me be clear to anybody that's watching. We are the voice of the fan. Whether you are a football fanatic, basketball fanatic, it's a little too early, so we ain't jumping into basketball yet. It's kind of, but football it's in the heart of it right now, so we got to give football its due. But I got my experts with me. I did my salute to Ruben. Let me go around. Next was actually B. Clark. B. Clark, salute to you, sir. I know you preoccupied, but I want to make sure you're good. Can I hear you? He there. I'll catch him in a second. Let me go to B. Clark. When you come on, let me hear you. Timmy, what's going on, sir? Salute.
Salute. 6 years is too long for me, but now I'm in the play. We're in the playoffs right now.
You in the dance, buddy. You in the dance. Listen, you gonna cut a rug. So listen, y'all gonna get in the dance. Are you gonna go out there, go out on the dance floor and show what you can really do, or you gonna hide by the table and just keep drinking and just watch everybody else party? What is the Giants really gonna do in the dance?
We're gonna run the table.
What are they really gonna do in the dance? We're about to get to a salute again to Tim. What up, Terrence? What's going on, sir? Salute to you, sir. What's going on?
What's good, fellas? How y'all doing today? Happy New Year. Hope everyone have a blessed and prosperous New Year, man. So just chilling on this Friday evening, man. Just relaxing. Not gonna be on too long, whatever. I'm gonna just say my piece, whatever, and then get off.
Gotcha. I know. Stick and move. I know you do. Happy New Year. Thank you for the reminder. Everything.
Happy New Year. Yep.
I be forgetting that it's New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year, man. Love and blessings to you. I'm glad that you guys are here with us. That together that we're able to bring this new year in. I'm believing for some great things for you. Great things. Tyrone, salute. Look, man, I got my brother-in-law online. He was a Giants fan. Then he wasn't a Giants fan. Tyrone, where you stand right now, man? Where you at? You in between? You in betwixt? Or you just like, listen, I'm not right now as we get ready to dive right in.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan. It's just I'm over this season, so that's all I'm saying.
So let me ask you right before we go into our first topic, and we ain't gonna jump into NFL just yet. We got some other business to talk about first.
Before you
But
start,
is there anybody? Because what we have on Fanatics chat is for those that didn't make the playoffs, or if you made it, let's say, like you said, you're not really rocking with the Giants like that. You stopped rocking with them probably earlier this year. You wasn't rocking with them. Is there any team that kind of got your eye that you like? You know what? Y'all need to watch out for them. Any particular playoff team right now that you think we should be watching out for?
Probably the Bills.
Yeah. Well, great. Thank you for the segue, because that's where we about to go right now, man. We right there. We are at that moment where this week. Thank you for that, Tyrone. I didn't even give you where we was going, so that was perfect. That was perfect setup, sir. So listen, we're here, man. We want to talk about something that took place on Monday Night Football, and it was just heart dropping. I think the world stopped whatever they were doing to find out what in the world was going on when we seen that the Buffalo Bills playing the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday Night Football, and safety Damar Hamlin, 24 years old, he collapsed during the game while making what I deem, and I'm sure everybody on here that's probably football guys will know,
which is a routine tackle.
Routine tackle that happens almost every play, where the collision happens. The guy's trying to run you over, and you take that impact, and y'all both roll and hit the ground. And based on that, that impact from T. Higgins, next thing you know, Mr. Hamlin got up. The young man got up and tried to, thought it was maybe a concussion until I seen him hit the ground, and then that just changed everything. So we know he's been in suffered cardiac arrest on the field, having to be pumped. CPR, what, Terrence? 10 minutes? And like, what was going on that they were doing?
Yeah, it was a minute. Yeah, it was definitely a minute. And shout out to the actual team that the Bills and the Bengals had on the field, because they're the reason why, from a natural standpoint, this young man's still alive.
Absolutely.
Had people had just been sitting around looking and saying what should we do, we would be having a different conversation today. You know what I mean? So shouts out to them, whatever, and shouts out to him. Get well wishes to him and his family.
Yes.
But shout outs to the Bills training staff, to the Bengals training staff, man, to the coaches, to everybody that was involved, man, that had a part to play in this young man being alive today. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, what was a routine play, as you said, it really would have turned into something that could have been very tragic. I've said this before.
We're here now, guys, so get ready for you. I'm going around, so we already in. Go ahead.
I understand that the rules change was to make the game safer, which I get, but I think you've also ventured into a time where you have defensive players that are thinking way too much as well. And I said this before, when these rules changed, that they're for the better, but when you have players trying to think when they're about to tackle, that's never a good thing. Never a good thing. So again, prayers out to his family, hoping for a full recovery, that he can get back to doing what it is that he loves. And man, shouts out to everybody, man, and everybody that was involved, players, whatever, etc., man. So yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And we know that this was on yesterday. Hamlin's doctors say that there had been some substantial improvement in his condition over the last 24 hours. We know that when he woke up, he wrote down who won the game, and they said, "You won the game of life," which that has so much meaning to it in itself. And then from there, Timmy, his current state right now, I know that it's so hard to keep up with the news because it's like so many different reports on it. What is the most recent update regarding his current condition?
They removed the tubes out of his mouth for him to breathe on his own, which he successfully did.
Wow.
And he FaceTimed the Buffalo Bills team, and he was doing this.
That's amazing. That's captured on video. They got him doing. They got that. Like really?
Mm-hmm.
No, it was private.
Oh,
It was
okay.
private.
Okay, got you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So he was able to
The
do
only
that.
thing they showed was Hamlin did one of those heart hand gestures, like right in the middle. There's a Buffalo Bill symbol right in the middle.
Wow. Look at that. I mean, listen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming everybody on here is familiar with it, has seen the video, or seen what happened. What's your take in terms of, and Terrence kind of alluded to it, touching on the response. Actually, I'm gonna touch Ruben and Tyrone. I'm gonna go to Ruben first, and then Tyrone, because you guys are both, one's ex-military, retired now, and the other is current military, and all of that. So, how was their response time, and what is the proper, like? Is there a protocol for stuff like that? Like, what did you think in terms of looking from the outside in, seeing how quick they jumped on it, and obviously the NFL's taking some mixed heat in regards to that. But I want to, before we get to the NFL part, I want to know your thoughts in terms of the responses, how they moved when that initial thing happened. Go ahead, Ruben.
Well, the initial when they saw he got up and collapsed, they was right on it from what I saw, and that was because they usually don't come out that quick on any injury. So that was a miracle in itself, man. And the guys, he's still here. God bless him. I hope, pray for a full recovery.
Yes.
Because they lost him twice.
Unreal.
They lost him on the field when his heart stopped. They got it back, and then they lost him at the hospital.
Wow.
So he's lucky to be here, man, and he should go play the lotto or something, man. Because that's a miracle in itself. That's a miracle, man. I'm glad he's here. You never want to see a player down, injured, dying on the field. You never want to see that, man. That's something that's terrible there. But these rules, like Terrence and we were talking about earlier, these rules, it made it hard on the defense, man. Every rule they made is to protect the offense. I mean, you got to protect both sides. You got to look at both sides because and refs are making some bonehead calls this year.
Yeah,
and that's what's really making it hard on players to protect themselves, guard themselves. You know what I mean? You sit here and let an offensive player lower his head, but the defensive player can't lower his head.
Right.
And that's how injuries happen. You know what I mean? When you ain't going all out, that's how injuries happen.
I love it. Thank you for that breakdown. Listen, it's gonna be a variety of things I want to know from y'all. I want to know your stance on the NFL about to resume, when they were gonna resume the games. Do you feel like they should even have games? Like, I want to kind of get your breakdown as sports fans. If it's like business is normal, back to usual, back to business as usual, or should there be a moment of saying, hey, we probably needed to take some time.
Man, listen, man, go to Todd, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I already know you got a whole soliloquy, as Mark like to say.
Yeah, that was some trash, man, that occurred. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got you.
Ahead, my brother. I'm sorry.
I got you. I'm gonna give you the floor, and I'm gonna see if anybody got a rebuttal for you. So, Tyrone, man, what you think about the coach's response and the players from even the opposing teams and things like that, in terms of how this whole thing was, playing out on the field? Because these grown men crying, and their faces was just horrified. What you think in terms of how everything was handled from the team and the organization standpoint?
From what I've seen on TV and everything like that, I think, on football at that point, so, games or playing or anything like that, just, it is one, life, is, you only got one of them. So you try to, as much as you can, man. So when people, when stuff like that happens and then you recover from it, you're not on at that time. You're thinking about more just life itself, for just being. I think overall, they, everybody did a good job concentrating on life instead of just football. I don't think it's gonna stop it. I mean, they so you can postpone it as much as you can, but that that it's gonna go on. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're. I don't even think to stop it. Of course, I think it's just more just to postpone, just as a respect. But still has to go on no matter what, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, what do y'all think in regards? So, you obviously, if you're fans and you were there, and all of us has probably traveled to a game that's away before, and that's hotel you paid for to go, that's your airfare that you paid for to go, plus your tickets, your transportation. Sometimes you rented a car, you went all the way up there, and now the game that's canceled. So now the NFL, Terrence and everybody else, they kind of got to scramble and figure out. I mean, they got tons of money, but now they got to figure out, how does that work with the reimbursement on that, or do they get them tickets to, like, how is that? How you think that's going to play out, Terrence? I'll go to you on that one.
Well, I mean, the NFL is going to owe ESPN or whatever whoever owns ESPN some type of compensation in regards to the game, whatever. Or it really depends on what the contract says. It really depends. There may be some verbiage in the contract that says, as long as we get a certain amount of games played on air, because you just never know. Snow, any type of weather events, whatever. So they may have that stuff built into their contracts. You know what I mean? In terms of, from the team standpoint, I mean, let's be for real. We know that, from a football standpoint, especially, that these teams don't make money from a lot of different things. They make, so that one game is not going to make or break them. I mean, to give that money back or to do something with that money, or say to them, hey, you can go to a playoff game or pick a game next year or something like that. Whatever, it's not going to make or break them. You know what I mean? So I think that from a standpoint of what they're going to do, I'm thinking that they'll probably do something, as far as like some type of compensation, some type of thing. But as far as, from a money standpoint, NFL they ain't missing no money, man. They not missing nothing. They're absolutely fine. They have no issues. As I said before, what we have to really understand is that these pro teams, that's not their bread and butter. They have their bread and butter is their other businesses that they actually have.
Yeah.
The other businesses they have allow them to have a football team. You know what I'm saying? So the things that we look at, like we watch football for fun and things like that. These guys have teams for fun. You know what I'm saying? It's just just what it is. You know what I mean?
That's crazy when you think about it, because
it's just
$1 billion. Some of
yeah.
them, like,
I mean, when you think about it, whatever, that's what they do. I mean, you took away another man's team, but you gave him $1 billion when doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, did you really punish him? Only thing you really punish him is in regards to him having a team. You know what I'm saying? So you really didn't do anything to him from a financial standpoint. You just took away from his enjoyment of saying, I own this team, and that's what it is.
Okay.
So from a financial standpoint, now I don't think they are going to lose anything, and I think that they'll definitely do something to compensate, the fans and things like that for sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ask y'all.
They did the same thing. My fault. They did the same thing when they had to cancel games for COVID. And cancel like a few NBA games.
Oh, they did have protocols in place. Right. You dropped out, Ty. You gotta get your connection. Come back when you can. I like where you were going with that. I forgot they had protocols. Ty, finish your thought.
Nah, yeah. So they still had to get the fans, they still had to get the fans their tickets back and stuff like that. So, but as you can see, even with that situation, the NBA, NFL, they can afford to cancel games and they'll be okay. So that doesn't mean anything at all.
What about the advertisers, Ruben? Timmy, what about the advertisers? Because let's think about it. I want to get y'all thoughts. Should they? So typically, like I said in before pre-production, before we came out on the live show, that we've seen some horrendous injuries. I've seen Bryant Young leg broke on Monday night. I seen Napoleon McCollum, his leg bent forward.
Napoleon McCollum from the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, we've seen a whole lot of nasty injuries.
Same thing with Kaufman.
You know, and they go in the ambulance and they off the field, but the show must go on. With this being different, did you feel like, and Terrence, I'm gonna save you for last on this. Did you feel like the NFL should have continued this one, or in terms of come back on the field? I'm gonna start with you, Ruben. Or you felt like, even the fact that was even a conversation that they were having with the, Players Association and Troy Vincent and, calling Goodell and everything. You feel like they should have it shouldn't even been a consideration. What's your take on that, based on the circumstances?
I say they shouldn't even thought about playing the game. And the reason why I say that is because the player's state of mind was not going to be on the game.
Right.
And it probably would have caused more injuries trying to play the game because their mind was going to be on their teammate. Others going to be mad because he hit him and took him out. That could have started a riot. It could have went so many ways. So for you to sit there, for you to sit there and even think about playing this game after this man almost died on the field is crazy to me.
Yeah. It's big business. It's like he said, like Terrence said, it kind of show you that, it kind of go back to what Cap said in terms of it being just a meat market,
Right.
Just say.
But what's funny is this. The fans, all they got to do is give them vouchers. You don't lose money when you give vouchers.
Right.
All you got to do is reimburse them with vouchers to the next game if they decide to play the game again. Give them some hotel vouchers, some rental car vouchers. They got tons of that stuff rolling around. Big businesses do.
Yeah.
They got compensation.
Yeah. They got all kind of stuff they can give people, man.
So what do you think was the Tyrone and Timmy? What do you guys think was like the thought process behind them even considering it? Because if it wasn't the money aspect, because we basically saying that they wouldn't have taken a hit, even though advertisers paid for that spot, obviously that's a lot. They stayed on TV, I thought, way too long. Personally, I thought they were on way too long. Like Troy Aikman looked like he know what to do. He's like, oh, listen, they gotta listen. What's your take on that, man? Why, if they didn't need the money, why would they even be in a discussion about continuing it? What you think?
A man's life is more important than the game.
Yeah.
As a former high school football player, a man's life is more important than the game.
Period.
Yeah. It shouldn't be about money in the first place. Yeah. It shouldn't be about continuing on in the first place, knowing that you got players crying on the field, worrying about their teammate and their brother in the gridiron.
Right.
And you and me know all those that played high school football. We are soldiers in the gridiron.
Yeah. College some college players on here as well. I will get any props. I don't know if there's any pro players on here. I got one for basketball potentially on here, but that's about it. I don't think I got any pro football players on here, but definitely got some.
When I started chatting on Messenger about a high school athlete that died on the football field in '96.
We had one down in where I live, the high school my son went to just this year when the kid died after the game. He got head injury, ended up in a coma. A couple days later, he died, and they dedicated the whole season to him in football. So it's a real, it's all too eerie seeing that when, people are dying from like football hits, but head injuries is one thing. This was the chest, Tyrone. This wasn't even like a normal, this is I watched Christian McCaffrey run and running backs that like to try to run you over. That collision happens all the time where you got to get low, my man get low and boom, and impact, and they roll over. So it's just unfortunate that this happened. So let me ask y'all this, and Tyrone, as Tyrone come back, what type of safeguards, if any, because again, let's think of this situation. Couldn't really predict that. It's not really to go by. You've had a couple of people get head injuries, but not as far as I can recall. And listen, I got my experts here. Is there anything that they can reference to have been better prepared for this? I mean, they did well, but what are the safeguards going forward now? What do you think they're going to institute so to help with player safety? Or you feel like that in itself is a myth, that ain't no real player safety because they got the defenders not really, they being kind of defenseless.
Football is a violence.
I'm gonna start with Terrence. I'm gonna hold you to last because I know you. This way I'm gonna let you go in. Ruben, go ahead, sir.
I don't think there's no precaution because football is a violent sport in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And you have big 300-pound linemen running 4-4 now.
Mm-hmm.
You have hybrid players. When have you ever seen a wide receiver back in the day 6'5"? Never.
Exactly.
Far and few in between.
Yeah.
And that's probably about the average height for some wide receivers now.
Yeah.
They're big like tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
And you got linebackers converting to safety. You got all kind of big, fast jokers all over the field.
Yeah.
So the game is getting more, the faster it gets, the more violent the hits get.
Yep.
So I don't see any precaution, but what they can do is they can make football salaries guaranteed.
Yep.
They can do that.
About pockets now. You going in their pockets now. No.
But they're making money.
I want to hear y'all tell them what they need to do.
They're making money hand over foot. And they talking about the salary cap doesn't account for as much money as they make per year off of jerseys, ticket sales, concessions, you name it, they selling it for their team. People are buying it.
Yep.
So y'all can compensate these guys, man, by making sure they're secure at the end with their salary. I mean, some stipulations got to be in there for people that fake injuries and don't want to play and all that stuff. But for the most part, a hit like Hamlin took, his salary needs to be guaranteed, and they need to retire him. If he decides to retire, they need to get that man some money a year, every year. Retire.
That's a good question.
For the rest of his life.
Yeah, for the rest of his life. You have to play an average of 4 years to be considered retired in the NFL.
Right. And he's what? He's on his second year? He's 24.
Second or third.
Second or third.
It's the second year. So
second year. So yeah, because just like let's and I know this is a whole different thing, but in our regular jobs, if I get hurt on the job,
you get compensated.
Yep.
I get compensated. So
and let's say he get hurt. Let's say he get hurt and he's disabled.
Yeah.
You know the NFL, their disability is worse than the government's.
Yeah.
That's crazy to hear that when we know that football is barbaric. As much as we love it, let's call it what it is. It's barbaric. Listen, are you not entertained? You're in the middle. There's a bunch of big people colliding with each other every play.
Yeah.
Injuries gonna happen. I know about it. All of us know about it. You know how much I complain about the injuries that my team have all year long. But it's the truth. They get hurt. It's part of the game. Any team that stays healthy all year long must got some voodoo that Terrence can put over them to allow them to not get hurt. That's the only thing I can think. That's the only way. It's supposed to get hurt. It's impossible not to get hurt. But what you said is a really good point. I wonder though if they you're talking about their pockets now. Timmy, do you see that being something that's going to be brought to the bargaining table now, and that Terrence as well? Terrence, you after Timmy, if they're going to come to the table with that, and this is something that they need to consider, because ultimately, and this is what I did witness, Terrence. Just before we get to your part, I do believe this, and I wasn't there, so I don't know. I believe Call went out, Goodell, whoever. Listen, y'all gonna play this. Y'all gonna finish, right? And the players was like, no.
Yep.
We not playing.
Yep.
Sue me, fine me, whatever you got to do. Collectively, the players was like, absolutely not. That's what my take was from what I watched, because they didn't budge. So with that, now that this is brought to light, as Ruben just highlighted, with them not even having that kind of like worse than the governments, what do you think? You think this is going to be some leverage for a real discussion and negotiation, Tim?
Here's the thing that I'm looking at. They should add an extra seed in the playoffs, the eighth seed. There's only seven slots currently in the NFL. They should add another slot for the eighth seed. Since the injuries had occurred and players are not going to resume the game, have that in the playoff seed, the eighth seed.
But they are already the top seed. They're already in the playoffs.
Yeah,
right.
So they're gonna play twice?
No. The only way they're gonna do that is they get rid of the bye week.
Oh. That's I don't know how that works overall, but I don't know.
So you're saying that should be an adjustment made for games that they missed due to like catastrophic injuries and stuff like that?
Right.
Okay. So it's kind of like I'm not going to call it a reserve team, but a team in case of, break the glass, in case of emergencies, y'all take this spot. All right. Yeah, man, that's, listen, they make adjustments to everything else. They be switching games on Saturdays. They be doing all types of stuff. So who knows what they have up their sleeve. Thank you for that, Timmy. Thank you, Ruben.
Here's another thing.
Go ahead. Make your point.
Here's another thing.
Got a lot to say. Go ahead.
When injuries have occurred, they should get guaranteed money for the rest of their life. When it comes to contracts, that goes the same way. Guaranteed money.
Why is it not guaranteed for such a barbaric sport? Is
because
mind-blowing to me.
You have when you look at it from an insurance standpoint, whatever is high, it's high. So it's it's not.
Oh yeah, that's right. Right. Talk your talk, insurance expert.
Yeah, it's not going to
basically play at your own risk.
Yeah, it's not going to be a situation where they're going to say, "Hey, we're going to do this, whatever." But what I will say, I would like to see, it's going to be unfortunate, but I think you have to possibly reduce the roster down a little bit. Maybe instead of having 50, 55, 53, go to
53.
40. And just really go to 48, whatever, or go to maybe 40 or something like that, whatever.
Wow.
And then maybe increase your taxi team, practice squad players, whatever. Because honestly speaking, at the dynamics of it, there's very few. After your first 24, there's very few multi-millionaires, whatever, in the NFL on each team. You have a lot of thousandaires, but there's not as many millions, whatever. So when you look at it from a standpoint of your second and your third string players, they're getting paid, $300,000-$400,000, whatever, besides their bonuses, etc.
Yeah.
So what you do is you eliminate, at least 10, roster spots per team, and make those guys practice squad player teams, and you put them six figures, whatever, low six figures. That way you'll be able to save some money, whatever, from a guaranteed standpoint. The other part about it, whatever, is that the NFL, from a players' association standpoint, has the worst agreement out of all sports teams. They have the worst agreement. The NBA and the NBA and the and baseball have the best one, but they get a nice bit of the money that comes in after owners break down after the season is over. Do you know that no NFL team loses money? no matter how bad they are, they don't lose money because they all, at the end of the year, whatever, they all break the profit down, and each one makes a profit.
I can
So
see
no
that.
matter how, so no, how, so no matter how bad the team is, they all whatever sit down at the end of the year, whatever, and take an equal amount of money, whatever, for each and every person.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Even if they go over their cap, like say the Los
Yeah,
Angeles Rams, they
yeah,
went way over their cap.
yes. That's because you got to keep in mind that operations and profit and loss, whatever, is not the same thing. So for the owner, whatever, he's gonna get his money. The organization is gonna write theirs off as a loss, but the owner's gonna get his money. So when they keep putting that stuff out, like a lot of stuff that the NFL puts out there, and a lot of these teams out there,
Right.
is really a situation that's just for show. It's for you, the fan, to get caught up.
Elaborate. What part you think is for show, so we can
Right.
have that discussion.
Like for your favorite player, like say for example, whatever your favorite player wants to make $100 million, right? So now the media spin is whatever is that. Well, he's going to hurt the rest of the team. How is he going to hurt the rest of the team? Whatever, when he's the top player,
Right.
he makes all the touchdowns, gets all the yards.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you need a play, you go straight to him.
Right.
And so you want to say to him that he take a hit simply because of how the Players Association has negotiated the cap.
Okay.
Right.
How's that fair? You know what I'm saying? How's that fair? Each and every one of us have jobs, whatever. And if we're the top job, we're not going to sit there, whatever, and say, "Don't give me the most money I can get." None of us are going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But when you deal with these players, whatever, that's what this. I tell people all the time, it's not the responsibility of the player to take less money for the owner to be able to build his team.
Right.
Not his job. His
Right.
job is to play his position, pay what he gets done for, pay for the job that he's paid to do, and play it well. It is not his job to sit here, whatever, and say, "I'm not going to." It is not Lamar Jackson's job to say, "I'm going to give you a hometown discount."
Not at all. Not
It
at
is
all.
not. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that, because prime example, with my guy Debo.
Yeah.
Y'all can't see my Debo jersey, but with Debo holding out, I wasn't mad at him. I wanted him to come, but
Right. It's
to the team. But
yeah.
listen, you guys get your money. I wasn't mad at him. Get your money.
Yep. I mean, when you think about it, it's a situation where they pit the fans against the player for narrative standpoint. You know what I mean? All the time.
The fans don't even see it. They burning jerseys and stuff like, dude, really? Burning jerseys of a player? Like, you crazy. So, yeah.
And as far as like what they did in terms of when the after the incident occurred, to me it was poor taste. To me, in my opinion, this can't sit there and show it over and over and over again. To me, in my opinion, was poor taste. Like if that was one of their children, I think they would have wanted that to be done over and over and over again. And so, in my opinion, as I said before in the chat, I believe, and as Mike said before, and I think we all said this thing, that the NFL was going to try to play that game. They were going to try to play that game. There was no doubt in my mind that they were going to try to play that game because, as I said before, watching it play out live on TV, the ESPN announcers were sitting there like, are they going to play? You know what I'm saying? Because they were sitting there, it was like, well, I wouldn't play. You know what I mean? But they had to wait because they had a job to do. You know what I'm saying? So they had every intention on continuing that game. If Sean McDermott didn't step up, and if the other coach didn't step up, whatever, to account for their players, whatever, that game would have been played. Trust and believe, whatever. At the end of the day, whatever, and that's the reason why I continue to say that these players have to look at themselves as a business, and we cannot get upset when they go to Brandon, they go out here, whatever, get their money from sponsorships and things like that. We can't get mad about that because everybody else is
said to the people, said to the other fans that don't understand that. Man, we get that. A lot of fans don't get that.
Get it. They don't understand that. They don't get it. Like at the end of the day, when all lights go off, when all of the headlines go away, when all these players got whatever themselves, injuries and their family, whatever. And let's keep in mind, for 5 years, a lot of these guys are broke.
That's the other thing.
A lot of these guys are broke.
Yep.
Think about it. 5 years, their lifestyle is the pick.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so if you want to sell me that you care about these players, teach them about money, man. About how to get off these companies, how they can do things.
They do it at the rookie symposium, but that's about the only time I think they do it is at the rookie symposium.
That's it. And at the end of the day, if you never
I got you,
had money, how can somebody expect you to be able to manage it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You've never had it. Somebody in your family, whatever, understand investment. Somebody in your family understand any of that. So how do you expect a person that comes to all of a sudden be able to have wealth, whatever, and really understand how to keep it?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, whatever before, when I look at it from a business,
coming, Ruben. B Clark, I got you too.
These owners, businesses are concerned about these players or about these employees, but they're concerned about whatever it is. What can you do for me now? What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, players think the same way.
Well, I tell you one thing, it's definitely shining a spotlight now, Ruben, on how serious this sport is and how the players are kept or not kept. So we're going to see how this play out. But go ahead, Ruben. Go ahead with your point.
No, I was going to ask if they get together at the end of the year. You answered the question about the salary cap, but why they don't want to pay these players the money that they're due when they're making money hand over foot off of one dude. One dude is making them so much money because he's the star, but you don't want to give him the money that he deserves.
It's control, man. It's control. And because guess what? If like say for
break it up a little bit, Terrence. Like in and out. You in and out.
Okay. If you deal with the situation like Lamar Jackson, right?
I got you, Tim.
Lamar Jackson situation. Lamar Jackson, let's be real, whatever. He's led that team to the playoffs every single year.
Yes, he is the Baltimore
Ravens. You've allowed a player that has been out the league almost 2 years to be the highest paid player in the NFL, but the Captains led the team to the playoffs every single year. He's been the starting quarterback, whatever. You want to balk at him?
Yeah.
And you don't give him anybody around him to help him. So he is the team. On offense. He is the entire team on offense. So you mean to tell me you can't make him the highest paid player in the NFL? Come on, dude.
Good question. All right. We gonna move on so we get ready to wrap up the Hamlin thing. I'm gonna make sure I give B Clark and Timmy opportunity to chime in. Go ahead, Timmy first, and then B Clark, you after him. Go ahead, Tim.
What the NFL need to do is just implement it, like extra paddings for equipment wise for each and every player. The way that Hamlin got hit when the running back was hitting the helmet on his chest.
Yeah. Well, actually, he hit him with mostly this, right? Then he catch him with most of the. He caught him with like the shoulder, looked like at like full speed.
No, it was directly at his chest.
No, I'm saying he hit him. Higgins caught him with the shoulder, or was it the head?
The head.
Okay.
The head.
Okay.
They need one of those paddings that most quarterbacks usually wear. It's called shock absorbers. It's nothing but like a hard plastic padding.
Okay.
That most high schoolers usually have in their equipment because you have to use it underneath the shoulder pads to put on the shock absorbers first before you put the shoulder pads on. And that is vital because it does protect your chest.
Now, can they extend? Because I know the shoulder pads typically stop around here, right? Can they can the manufacturers create one that comes down to like maybe the middle of your torso, possibly, or that won't do nothing anyway?
You know what, man?
I got you, Ruben.
They can make anything, but the problem is that they're so used to things being the way it is, and then that now means that the NFL has to invest more in their partnerships and invest more in because guess what? Let's be honest with you guys. CTE, all these injuries have been around for years. We all know about it. So why not make better equipment?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask this question, and I'm gonna ask y'all, and we're gonna get ready to wrap it. I'm gonna give Ruben a chance to say his thing, his piece. And let me get B Clark in first. Cause B Clark will wait. Go ahead, B Clark, and Ruben, you after him. And I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Go ahead, B Clark.
I got a little bit different perspective just because listen to Marcus Spears.
Yeah. Elaborate on that because you know the family or something like. Go ahead, speak on that.
So I mean, listen to Marcus Spears and Terrell. I mean, not Terrell. Shannon Sharp all week. You know what I mean?
He missed that. He missed my.
He is these kids. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. You missed my pre-production when I said don't. Go ahead.
Oh, I heard it. Yeah. So my pops. So I heard you. You know what I mean? I know the family.
All right, go ahead. Thank you for hearing me. Go ahead. Yeah. Stay on the Go ahead.
Big ups to the Edmonds family. You know what I mean? My pop. They from my hometown. You know what I mean? So my pops is good friends with his pop.
Wow.
Middle linebacker for the Buffalo Bills. They ain't really bring it up. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Just the demeanor on the face and the demeanor while they was talking, you know what I'm saying? You could tell that it was a disturbed topic, you know what I mean? So they ain't really elaborate on it, but big ups to them, man, to the Edmonds boys, you know what I mean? So shout out to you and you know what I mean, prayers out to you and DeMar Hamlin and his families and stuff like that. But listening to Marcus Spears and Shannon Sharp and the rest of the people that play football on ESPN all week, right? They know they put their life. I mean, they put their life on the line every week. We know that. You know what I'm saying? For I ain't gonna say for a sport, for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Because it's entertainment to us. With that being said, I think, like they said, better equipment, yes. But I think it come down to it. You know what I'm saying? It came down to it. I think everybody did the correct steps and the way they were supposed to go. Big ups to the training staff that came out to them, right, to know to do CPR at that point in time, at that direct second. You know what I mean? I don't think enough thanks or enough gratitude went to the training staff that performed the CPR on the field to start that man's life back up. Because I mean, like we were talking earlier, you know what I mean? The man literally died on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even if you don't know that man, part of the game, I mean, a fan of the game, even playing the game, I mean, whatever sport you may play, you might have brought a tear to your eye. You know what I mean? So it could have happened to anybody.
Yeah.
You know, and so big ups to them. DeMar Hamlin, I mean, he's doing good now. You know what I'm saying? He's doing good now. But
literally a walking miracle, sir. Literally.
It ain't too much you can say to the situation though. You know what I'm saying? We can talk till we blue in the face about the situation, about what we think should have happened, about what we think the NFL should do. I mean, we've seen this before. I mean, we seen Bill Theismann. We've seen what's the player with Shannon Sharp? I forgot the player's name, but he get temporarily paralyzed on the field.
Sterling Sharp, Sterling Sharp.
Yeah, temporarily paralyzed on the field.
Dennis Bird, I remember Dennis Bird. Somebody from Detroit.
Right.
Somebody from Detroit that can't remember his name. Remember, I think kickoff or he was either blocking. I remember a couple of, the kid from Rutgers. I remember some years back.
It's been a lot
of bad ones. Yep. So, all right, let me move on to as we get ready to close this out. Move on to our meat and potatoes with the NFL playoffs, which surprisingly is resumed. Who knew? Go ahead. Well, I think we did know because we just broke down when he talks. Listen, are you good? You good? You back to normal now? Are you good? I know you almost died, but we gonna continue these games. All right? Good. All right, we got you.
If I can say
my bad. Let me shut up. Go ahead, Ruben.
Do you think?
I was gonna say, as far as the things you talking about, equipment, yada yada, players know, and they making millions of bucks, they making millions of dollars. I know it ain't their it's not their they don't buy the equipment, but if they do get the equipment, who said they gonna wear it? Because a lot of them don't wear the knee pads they're supposed to wear. A lot of them don't wear the thigh pad. A
You
lot
can
of them
find
don't
out.
wear.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
That's
That's a true
crazy.
statement.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's a true
stuff is
statement.
probably there, but they don't want to wear it.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
yeah. That I think the one thing that you could do though, you can. The one thing I do know is that they have a
I'll let you
uniform
finish too,
rule.
Ruben. Go ahead, T.
And I know that they have a uniform rule, and I know that with that uniform rule, if you don't have that uniform a certain way, you do get fined for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think that they can make it to where that like they can go check they can go check whatever and do certain things. If these players don't have them, fine them. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, at the end of the day, whatever it just take that fine, man. You know what I mean? And don't make it a little fine, make it a steep fine to where they're gonna have to do it. You know what I mean? Because right
Yeah,
now
but
they do have a uniform code that they have to have. Like I think they can't wear their shirts out,
Yeah,
stuff
shirts
like
out.
that.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying.
I
So
recall that.
a,
Right.
You
a
got to
certain
think,
type of sock, yeah,
but you got to think
guess what's going to
a lot of those players just take those fines every week.
That's
yeah,
right.
absolutely. That's why. That's
Yep.
the reason why I said you don't make sure it's hefty. Make sure it's make
That's
That's
sure
my
it's a
style, man. You
situation to
don't
where
look good. You don't play good. I don't want to feel stuffy, ugly dye pads, but I get it. Go ahead, Ruben. Go ahead. Back to you.
That's what I was saying because I know in the military they tell us do certain things. We don't do it. They don't do nothing to us. They just let you go on about your business until somebody catch you, and that's when something happens. It's the same
yeah,
in the NFL. But guess what?
yeah,
These are people on team, so
yeah,
they're not gonna lose no money if this player don't. If you sit there and find this player and say he can't play, they're not gonna
right,
play. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna be
right.
like, look, he's a high profile player. We need him on the
Mhm.
field, so we're gonna let him go ahead and do it. We'll find him, but we're gonna let him play. And he's still risking his life for not putting on the proper gear he's supposed to have on.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Hey,
All right.
can I say
Go ahead, B Clark.
no,
We're gonna wrap this up with just make a closing remark after you, and then we're gonna wrap this up and go to our next topic. Go ahead, sir.
hey, look, I'm glad he brought the military thing because me and my boy were talking about that the other day, right? So when we in a wartime, you know what I mean, wear our equipment the way we supposed to wear our equipment. You know what I'm saying? I think this changes the outlook on the equipment that's worn, right? Because it wasn't a hard hit. You know what I'm saying? It was a normal football play, a freak accident, right?
Mhm.
But us in the military, and Ruben knows, you know what I'm saying? If anything can go wrong at any point in time, at
Mhm.
any given time, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever it may be. I think this changes the outlook on the NFL from the player's perspective. As far as I want to wear this, I don't want to wear this, I want to do this. I think this changes the outlook on it. You know what I mean? So I think this week is gonna be a interesting week, you know what I mean?
I think so.
Yeah.
My
It's a
closing
wake up
remark,
call.
guys. Do you feel? And this is tagging on to what B Clark just mentioned. Do you feel like this is gonna change players? Is this always gonna be in the front of their mind now when they're making tackles, when they're running
I
hard?
I I
Or
gotta
is it
be
not on?
I gotta be honest, man. B Clark, I get what you're saying, but I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's going to change anything. Unfortunately, it's a mandate. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, even though when you deal with the effects of steroids and things like that, whatever, people continue to take it. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted that extra performance. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. You still got players that's going to think it can't happen to them. You're gonna have those players that's going to be smart and say, you know what, whatever, I'm going to wear this, whatever. But you're going to have those players that say, you know what, I'm invincible. I'm 20 years old, whatever. I'm a picture of health, whatever, and it is not going to
That's the
change,
point I
whatever.
was allude to
And
right there.
until you say if you don't wear this, if you say if you don't wear these paddings right here, we're taking away half of your game check for the day, whatever. It's not going to change anything.
Okay, okay. Timmy, anything in closing before we get ready to move on to our topic? Go ahead, sir. If you have anything.
This incident is a wake up call for each and every player, coach, and staff.
Just like
And
that.
they have to look into it once the off season begins. They're gonna be in New York over there on, I believe, I believe 6th Avenue and 42nd for them to make changes here in the NFL. But like I said, it's a wake up call for everybody.
Can I just say one thing?
Go ahead, meat potatoes. Go ahead.
No, it's gonna be real quick and meat potatoes. Troy Vincent, you could have kept that apology that you put out there, brother. I'm sorry. That was a weak apology. It was a lie. And you could have just all you had to do was just be quiet. If you would have just been quiet, we wouldn't have said nothing about it. You know what I mean? But you brought light to a situation that you were trying to apologize and talk about the NFL what they were not trying to do. So that apology, my brother, whatever was terrible. It was wrong timing. And you should have been quiet. Whatever, let it play out.
Who are you talking about? Because I didn't hear what you were
saying. Troy Vincent. That he said the NFL was never trying to have that game continue, and it was never going to happen. This, that. He tried to play damage control, but he tried to tell us what we were seeing. Our eyes was lying to us. Basically, that's what he was trying to say to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we know that a lot of it's weird because as we close this up, it's kind of weird because we're seeing people get blasted for being insensitive during this moment. Like Timmy said, it's a wake up call. That life is short, and in a moment, like stuff can just completely turn around. By show of hands, do anyone feel as we wrap this up? Does anyone feel like he'll be continuing his career in football? I will not raise my hand. I don't believe so. I.P. Clark believes he'll be continuing.
If he can, I think he will.
I think he will.
Terrence say he'll continue in football. Anybody else believe Mr. Hamlin will be continuing in football?
I believe he will, but I wouldn't recommend it. I believe he'll go back. I wouldn't recommend it.
So that's 3 that say he'll continue in football. Timmy, what say you? And Tyrone, what say you? As we close
DeMar Hamlin going to continue playing football?
Yeah, so he covers. Do you feel like he's going to go back to playing football?
I will have to wait 2 years, but he'll continue on to play football. Okay. But it's going to be 2 years.
Okay.
I think
2 years time to recover.
Opening day next year.
Wow.
Yeah, he'll be back next year. I believe that.
I think opening day.
Okay. Go ahead, Tyrone. What say you? What you think?
I don't know, man. I think he'll be healthy enough to do it, but you got to think what he just went through. Tough to even step back on the field and just be confident enough that man. I'm sure I couldn't even say how that feels. So yeah, I don't know. That's tech like that. Yeah, that's
tough.
That's tough.
If his family has a strong, if he has a strong family background and he listens to his family, I think they're gonna tell him to call it quits.
I think so. That would be if I was one of his family members. That's because we don't know. Right. I would be like, bro, you got $7 million through your foundation. You probably got NFL got to have to figure something out with making sure that you're taken care of, so you don't end up suing them.
Yeah, but the NFL, as we know it, don't have those things in place.
His story is amazing. Just in itself. So movies, books, he'll be good in so many other areas where he won't have to put himself on the line.
If he pursues it, if he pursues it, they're going to have to do something because they're going to lose so much money behind all the backlash they're going to get if they don't do something.
Yep. But you got to keep in mind, guys. Whatever. Although this is a catastrophic situation, let's think about recently the NFL dropped that $22,000 to $4,000 they were paying for people that were disabled.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, they've shown they don't care. Unfortunately,
listen, they showed that back when my boy was trying to tell y'all, but ain't nobody listening and protest with him. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just gonna shut up.
Yeah, they've shown they didn't care, man. So I just don't. I don't know. I in my opinion, man, I think Ruben, what you said is absolutely right. Depends on his family. Depends on what type of family he has, whatever. That strong family can work both ways. Some people will say, get back out there, You know what I mean? You can do it, etc. Whatever. Some people will say, "No, that's it." I think it's really going to really depend on him and how and which way he wants to go with it, man. I think his family will probably support him either way. And I think as far as from a story standpoint, Mike, if he gets back on the field, that's going to be, in my opinion, that'll be even the biggest story.
That is the
You know
biggest
what I'm
story.
saying?
That's true.
That'll be even the biggest story.
Yeah.
Like, think about the fact that he comes back from this injury, whatever, and ends up being a Pro Bowl player. His daggone jersey is going to fly off the shelf.
Bruh. His story is in itself. Let me read one of the comments. Lamar said, "I think he will go through further tests to see if there was underlying issue with his health, to see if it was more than the hit that caused him to go into cardiac arrest." So that's going to be, everything is a response, action, and there's a response to everything. Every time there's action, there's a reaction. So now the NFL is going to probably do extensive heart testing, extensive physicals, probably 4 physicals before the game. It's going to be extensive because this opens the door where, again, these type of tackles, as B. Clark said, happen all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's impossible to not have that. And then when NFL players, you get fined for spearing and targeting, like, how do you tackle? Like, I don't even know what you can do at this point.
It was reminiscent of the Reggie Lewis pass out and the Hank Gathers pass out. That's what that was reminiscent of, man.
I was thinking of Hank.
Those two things, man.
It seemed like they didn't respond as fast with Hanks back then. Not that changed. I don't know, but quite as fast, and couldn't get his, get back, to beating.
And they also had to do like testing before games, like testing their condition. If they're not up to par, they're gonna have to sit out a game or two.
If they listen, if you have any underlying issue, they are going to find it with a fine-tooth comb right now. You thought the combine and all
I'm gonna say this though. That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard, fellas. Because keep in mind, all of those NFL linemen, they probably got sleep apnea from all that weight they got on them. You know what I mean? So be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
Cowboys. He's the most fit lineman I've ever seen in my life. He don't look like a lineman. He ain't got no stomach or nothing. He look like a daggone. He look like
that's a slippery slope. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these linemen, whatever, like these linemen, whatever, that's the reason why they get so small when they get out the NFL, because literally, whatever, these guys are eating to stay in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So
y'all not optimistic any change? Listen, we gonna do like Timmy. We gonna play it by ear. We gonna give it 2 years. 2 years.
Hey, I'm gonna have to get off of here, fellas.
I don't trust you.
I'm gonna have to get off of here.
All right, my brother.
Yes, sir.
I got the little one up there.
I just want to say, cool. That particular topic. Continue prayers for the young man. I know that I lifted him up at that moment when I heard it. Like, I knew that brother. Like I knew him. My heart dropped because I was such a fan of football, and to hear that he's recovering the way that he is. Special shout out to the doctors, the people that responded on the field, that were able to get this man's heart beating again. And then the truth of the matter is, whether you believe it or not, I'm gonna tell you this: God 100% had that man in his hand. There's no way.
Absolutely.
No way. Neurological damage right now, nothing. 10 minutes, like. Listen, that's so. So shout out to them, but I'm gonna let you know.
Salute to y'all, man.
He sends them doctors to care about bodies, do what we need to do.
Terrence, I see you on the boat, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The love boat is out. It's coming out.
Tyrone,
I see you on the boat.
It's too early. We're not even nowhere near that, Tyrone. It's football, man. Playoffs.
All right, man. Have a good one.
It's half for the season.
That's
half the season almost.
Thank y'all for touching on that. I appreciate we gave a whole hour to that because we wanted to talk player safety. We wanted to talk about that, so we summed all of that up. And thank you for your insight. We will see 2 years. 2 years. Let's see what happens. We're gonna see. But listen, man, we're here at this time. drum roll, the NFL Weekly Review. The playoff picture is getting clearer. There's a certain team out in New York that did the impossible, Tyrone. There's a certain team that got Danny Dimes. What's my man Salt Bay? Danny Dimes.
Salt Bay. You know he got banned from Barcelona.
I
did see that. They was like, how did he touch the trophy?
That's bad.
Look, Timmy, I be doing my stuff too, buddy. Don't think like you the only guru on here, buddy. I keep my ears to everything.
This goes the turtle, son.
But yeah, so we got the G-Men have secured their spot. Playing the Colts, but nevertheless, they got in. They played the Colts 4-10, 4-11, but they did what needed to be done. And B. Clark, don't be scared. The Giants are in the dance, and they not playing with you. Cello, I know you there. They not playing. Cello said last week, my wife was sitting next to me, Tyrone. He said, we just want to get in the party. Seems like he sound like he begging. He was begging. They got in. You in the party now.
We crashed the party.
He crashed the party. So, before I get into NFL, I got to make sure I take a moment out. You know, look, Fanatics is growing. We got some love out here. I got to give some special shout out to our good friends over at Sports Fanatics for hooking us up. They actually are our sponsors for this particular segment as we get into the NFL. They hooked the brother up with his authentic Samuel jersey. I can't show y'all the whole thing.
I need that number 3, man. I need that 3.
This ain't a replica. This is the stitch on, by the way. Look, they hooked the brother up. So we got sponsors.
Can I get that number 3 or number 2? Can I get the number 2?
I got you. I got you. So what y'all do for anybody watching, again, you want the latest in NFL apparel. You want like the top of the line. Joint is official. Go to Sports Fanatics on Instagram and Facebook, because they should be available on Facebook as well. And you go get them jerseys, man. They got anyone you want. There's deals going on for what up?
I need mine. I need my Certain, baby. I need my Certain.
Listen,
Certain or Wilson. I need the Certain or Wilson.
You already know what you got to do. Go to Sports Fanatics and make sure you pick it up. Let them know that Fanatics Live sent you, and they might give you a promo code. I don't know how that works, but they might.
All right, cool.
They might give you a promo code for us. Fanatics Live, but make sure it's Fanatics Live. But again, thanks to our sponsors for this particular portion of the show. Again, Sports Fanatics, I wanted to give them a special shout out. And the Debo jersey is official. Yeah, it's official out here. We out here in these streets.
That is nice though. I ain't gonna lie. You ain't wearing that old terrible young jersey you used to wear. That's nice right there.
Look, man, we moving up in the world, man. We got sponsors, man. So that says a lot about what we trying to do, man. People caught on in the vision and they see what we trying to do. There's no other show like Fanatics. You can go watch the other networks, but guess what? They not gonna give it to you raw and uncut like us, because we have no we're not nobody pocket. So we say whatever we want. So, all right. So listen, man, we here.
What's good, Lamar?
The season is winding down. The Giants are in. The Eagles are fighting for that number. They want to hold on to that number 1 seed. My 49ers are knocking at the door saying, let's go, Giants, just because we want to try to potentially get that number 1 seed. But I'm not going to go as far as Mark and flip-flop like Mark did this week. I'm going to leave that alone. Those that know, you know.
He was just stating the facts, man. Stop it. He was just stating information that's out there. He ain't lying. He was information.
You know, but listen, I get it. I get it. So we here now, man. I'm gonna start with. I have to start. I always start with the higher seed first. So just so y'all know, don't blame the messenger. Listen, if your team, I go with winning record first. So I start with the winners, and then I go down.
Whatever.
So that's how it is. Lamar, listen, man. This looked to be a meaningless game at one point, and now it's not so meaningless. What's your take, man? Are you Celo's been out here talking reckless. He's accompanied by a Cowboy fan that you can't tell this Cowboy fan anything. He like, let's go. Are you nervous right now? I want to know. I got to mute. Steve, I got you. I got to mute your mic. I got here like bad background stuff. I got you in a second. Lamar, talk to us from your standpoint of your Eagles, man. Should you be concerned, or are you solidified in your spot, feeling like your boy's gonna deliver? The floor is yours, sir.
I'm not nervous. There's a little bit of concern if Jalen Hurts don't play because I expected more from Gardner Minshew, especially how he looked against the Dallas Cowboys. But then last week against the New Orleans Saints, he looked horrible. And because of that, because he couldn't give trash.
But that is what he looked like. That's what he looked like. I can't lie. Go ahead, sir. I had to put that out there.
Oh, I thought my statement was trash.
No,
I was about to say, you don't agree with that?
He looked good against the Cowboys. Very accurate. So I had to support what you said. Go ahead.
Okay, so he played like trash last week. So that's why we're in the situation that we're in. But regardless of what everybody else may feel, I know you're excited because if we lose and y'all win, the 49ers will get the #1 seed. Mark has been going hard for the New York Giants all week, but he's left the other team out of the equation. He still needs the 49ers to lose. I guess he just wants the NFC East championship. But if he wants to get the #1 seed,
he needs in the NFC East. Too crowded.
But if they want the #1 seed, which is the ultimate prize, he needs the 49ers and the Eagles to lose. But here's what I got to say. I'm gonna be nice and short.
Yeah.
We control our own destiny. So if we win, if we take care of business, nobody can mess us up but ourselves. So if we take care of business, if we win this game against the Giants, yes, 3 weeks ago I thought it would be a meaningless game, but it's funny how things change. The Giants has been looking good of late. I'm not gonna talk trash. All I'm gonna say is we just need to take care of business. And there's a possibility. I know the Giants don't want this, but there's a possibility that they may not play their starters the whole game. But we'll see. We know what's been said. But we'll see on Sunday. Because them winning is not going to move them up any higher. And them losing is not going to drop them. They're stuck in that spot. So
that's a good cat and mouse that y'all playing out there. Y'all not committing to Hurts playing. They not committing to their starters playing. Like y'all all gonna wait till the game comes, and then all of a sudden magically everybody's healthy. Let's see how it play out. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, trust me. If Jalen Hurts is healthy, he's gonna play.
Let me rebuttal that. Right?
Go ahead, rebuttal as and listen. We here now. Playoffs here now. So we're about to go, and I'm going to talk. I want to hear y'all thoughts. Go ahead, B. Clark, and I'm Giants. I got y'all. Remember, Philly, Cowboys, Giants. I'll save my boys to last. We're irrelevant. We're under the radar. Nobody's paying us attention. So I'm worried about y'all. Go ahead.
Y'all are #2 seed.
Listen, man.
See, look.
Don't tell nobody. What they say back in the day, don't tell nobody. Go ahead, B. Clark.
Let's say Jalen Hurts does not play this Sunday, right?
Yes.
Going to the Giants, right? 49ers win. That's what we want, right? I want a home game, right? I want a home game. Now, if you look at it, you say you're not worried, right? You lose this week and we win this week, going in there with a 3-week loss, and then you're going to Tampa Bay to see Tom Brady. Hot right now. Hot.
Yeah, but that's who y'all concerned about right now. Y'all need other things to happen to switch that up. So that's who you need to be concerned about, not us.
I don't need anything to happen. All I need to do is win, right?
You need a lot to happen. You need to win, and you need us to lose. So you do need help,
right? So if Jalen Hurts does not play, so you got to think Gardner Minshew, right? He came with us, put up 34 points, good, right? Boom. But you got to think about New Orleans defense. New Orleans defense has been top of the line since the beginning of the season. New Orleans defense, right? So if you expect the Gardner Minshew to go and play New Orleans like a top tier backup, like he played against us, it's not gonna happen. New Orleans defense is better than ours. I get to that, right? All around defense. It is. I get to all around defense. I'm talking about secondary, front eight, everything, zone coverage, everything. I mean, where it go, I'll take New Orleans defense. But Jalen Hurts has to play this week. Jalen Hurts is not 100% this week. So my question to you is, do you play Jalen Hurts this week if he's not 100%? Or do you wait to the playoffs to play him?
Yes, you play Jalen Hurts if he's not 100%, because the reward is if you win the game, he gets 2 weeks off to heal even more.
Okay.
That's the reward. If you win this game, he don't play until 2 weeks.
But you playing against a defense. We're talking about Thibodeau.
I got y'all. Don't worry.
We're talking about Thibodeau. We're talking about a front eight that's a great front eight. I mean, a good front eight that can get after the quarterback. They've been getting after the quarterback all year. You know what I'm saying? No matter what their record is, they've been getting after the quarterback all year, right? So let's say you put Jalen Hurts out there and you lose, right? My question is, and right, this is to an Eagles fan. In my perspective, I think you risk it, right? I think you risk it. I think you sit Jalen Hurts this week. You take what you get. I will take a healthy Jalen. I will take 100% Jalen Hurts on the road against Tom Brady, or I'll take 100%. I'll take 100% Jalen Hurts with a bye week, right? I don't want a 75% Jalen Hurts going into the right, because 100% Jalen Hurts on a Philly team is a Super Bowl contender. A 75% Jalen Hurts is not a Super Bowl contender. So you make your bed, you lie in it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make your choice. You got to make your choice this week. If you play him at 75%, you win or you lose. If you lose, then you got to make your bed. You know what I'm saying? You got to play next week. You got to go to Tom Brady. You got to play with another 75%. But me, myself, if I was Philly, I would sit Jalen Hurts. I'd take my loss, I bid. I go into Tampa Bay with 100% Jalen Hurts, and go in there. I take my chances on the road against Tom Brady, whoever may be, with 100% Jalen Hurts rather than a 75%.
All right. Thank you, B. Clark. Lamar, your rebuttal to that as I expand and go around and see if anyone cares, because maybe Giants fans don't care. Maybe I have one that might be neutral. Tyrone might be like, you know what, Philly the team to watch out for, and me and him trying to go to the Philly game if they play San Fran. You know, Tyrone, we played them in the NFC Championship on that game, so you might have to make a road trip or something just because. Go ahead, Lamar. Answer that.
I'm going to be quick. There's other factors that's not mentioned. All we're talking about is Jalen Hurts. The reward is great, and we want to have the best team out there to win this game. Why? Because we're down our left tackle, Lane Johnson. We're down C.J. Gardner-Johnson, our starting free safety. So if we win this game and we get 2 weeks off, they'll be back at full strength. Yes, Jalen might play this week, but there's no guarantee that he's going to get banged up in this game. It's all hypotheticals. He might go out there. We might run the ball, hand it off most of the time, and he might have a couple of safe throws. The coaches understand the situation. So they're going to have to put him in plays that's not going to be where he's holding on to the football long, where he's going to take a lot of hits, things of that nature. But regardless of what, if he gets hit or not, the reward is far greater than saving him for a possible first round when you won't have your left tackle, when you won't have your full strength in your secondary. The 2 weeks off is the reward, and I say we go for it, and that's what I believe we're planning on doing.
All right. Listen, thank y'all for y'all breakdown. Let me put it on air because I was talking to Cello all week. Me and Cello been going back probably last week before Monday night, before everything that took place. We was talking over the weekend. Me and him talked at like 2 a.m. A lot of smack talk from this man. So let me just say this here, so it's documented. I am not convinced of the Giants. I said it to y'all at the beginning of the year. I said it when y'all was 7-2. I like what y'all doing. Hey, listen, y'all got the playoffs. I have no problem with that. I'm just saying, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. I have not been. Convince me. And if you want to convince me, come see me. We ready for y'all. Come on, let's go. Bring it. Like Dave Chappelle. Come here. Come on.
The Giants have lost before the game even started, man.
But they're in the party. Mark has hyped them up and has said, this is what Mark has said, and Cello agreed, and he made a meme and got Cello. He out working Cello out in the gym, and Cello getting buffed and ready. And he said, this is what Mark's declaration is. Tyrone and Lamar, B. Clark. I ain't talking to other Giants fans because y'all agree with this. Mark said no one wants to see the Giants in the playoffs. B. Clark, that's a Cowboy fan that said that, by the way. What's up with your brethren? Talk to me.
Come on now, man. Come on, dude. Come on. No way.
Nobody want to see. He said nobody want to see the Giants. He seen something that he like. Listen, he had to go back. He remember Mark had them predicted to lose out and not make the playoffs, and now he even apologized and said, "I was wrong. I made a mistake."
Let me remind you.
And Cello and the Giants are coming to you after B. Clark. Go ahead, B. Clark.
Let me remind you, at the beginning of the season, all the Giants fans on the podcast was predicting
like 2.5 right now. It's 2.5 on here.
Huh?
It's 2.5 Giants fans on here. 2.5.
Well, 2.5. At the season, all the Giants fans was predicting the Giants to lose. Were they not?
Not up here. The ones up here was adamant.
At the beginning of the season, they was up here. Oh yeah, we're gonna lose this game. We're gonna lose this game. Lose this game. At the beginning of the season, we can go back. To the early.
Somebody keep a receipt, Cello.
We can go back.
Y'all
go back.
Go ahead.
But let me let you know, man. We coming, bro. We coming. It's three teams.
How long we been hearing that?
It's 3 teams in the NFC.
How long we been hearing that, Brian?
Right. And we talked the other night. For a minute.
How long we been hearing that though?
You talked the other night for
y'all
a minute.
coming every year.
But me and you talked the other night for a minute. We talked the other night for a minute. And look, we better, man. We got a better roster. We got a better team. You know it and I know it. So don't get on here and shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Me and you know it.
Let me ask you, B. Clark, I want to make sure I get meat and potatoes from all y'all. So, B. Clark, what is the scenario that you envision happening for your boys with this last game? Like, how do you envision this playing out right before the playoffs? What y'all gonna win out? We losing? Philly lose? What do you see? I want you to throw on your Timmy hat because Timmy's the guru of atics. I need you to throw on your guru hat and let me know how do you predict this playing out for y'all with this last game and how the season gonna go after this week.
I think we beat the Commanders.
Okay.
I think Jalen Hurts does not play the entire game. I think Eagles lose. I think 49ers get the bye week.
Okay.
So
we get that number one? You said we get that number one?
I think 49ers get the bye week. Right?
Take it. I'm ready to go to Cali. Let's go. I'm ready.
I don't see both 49ers and the Eagles losing. I don't. But if I had to take one or the other, right? Because Eagles franchise is looking at SportsCenter and looking at everything. I don't think Jalen Hurts is gonna play the entire game. Right? I don't think he will. Right? Okay. So I think Eagles lose. I think 49ers win. I think we beat the Commanders no matter whether we rest our starters or not, just because the Commanders.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I think we get a home game, and then we'll go from there. But Eagles still gonna be a force in the NFC no matter whether they win or lose.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, man. As Cello said, and I got him on here. Cello said, I just want to get to the party. You in the party now? Your regular season don't matter. It's gonna be 0-0. Anything can happen. It don't matter about home field. None of that. Cello has channeled that Giants team that went and won all the away games and got the bowl and won. I know the season that you think this is, buddy. Don't think we forgot. We know exactly. You think this is literally, it's repeating time. It's just repeating itself again. History is repeating itself, and you feel like this is where you guys are. Giants, I will give you the floor. meat and potatoes, please, because I know that y'all will be long, but I will give y'all a moment. Congratulations on your playoff win. I mean, your playoff appearance. Though I feel it will be short-lived, that is my personal opinion. Floor is yours. Go ahead, Sal. Timmy, you next.
I mean, first of all, I just want to say, it was a beautiful, beautiful thing last Sunday to see the Giants play at home and Daniel Jones to get the ovation with the crowd accepting him as their franchise quarterback.
Crazy.
So if you watch that game, the crowd, the fans have accepted Daniel Jones as their franchise quarterback. Daniel Jones have been progressing every year. We're seeing it. Daniel Jones carried the team that whole game. Daniel Jones is only getting better and better. The thing about Daniel Jones is it's taking its time, it's taking its course. So Daniel Jones is going to the playoffs with the New York Giants. And like I told you, all we want was the shot.
Yep.
All we want is a shot. If we play Minnesota the first round, we could beat Minnesota.
Wow.
We could beat Minnesota.
That's a good one. Tyrone, I got a question for you. Don't go nowhere. Go ahead.
Now the second round would be more than likely. Well, of course we know we gotta wait till it all plays out. But nah, you know what? Congrats to Joe Shane. Congrats to Brian Dable. They built up this culture, man, that the Giants have been missing. Lamar knows this as an Eagles fan, being in the NFC East. The culture is there now. And that was a big thing that the Giants struggled with for the past years.
I agree.
We got our coach, we got our GM, that's young. And then I just want to point this out, man.
Jimmy,
Mike came from the Kansas City Chiefs. Brian Dable, Joe Shane came from the Buffalo Bills. And Wink Martindale came from the Baltimore Ravens. They put something beautiful in New York Giants, baby. So get ready because this ain't just for this season. We doing this for a long run. Wow. So I'm just excited as a Giants fan, man. Burn the boat pictures. When Victor Cruz,
you ain't burning my yacht, brother. Go ahead with that.
We can finally go burn those pictures, man, because y'all know that has haunted us for the past 6 years. So I'm just happy that we finally got a win season. We're finally back in the playoffs, and we ain't done, baby. We try to spoil the party for every team that's in there that are favorites.
That's what he called.
Spoil the party, baby.
That's
so get ready. You're about to spoil your season.
All right, so Tyrone, Timmy, I got you. Hold your thought. Hold your horses. Don't be too eager, Guru. Tyrone, you the one unbiased, non-biased person on here because you no longer rock with the Giants like that. 49ers, Cowboys, Giants. Who you picking?
I mean, I'm going to go with them, the 49ers, because it ain't the Giants. And it ain't.
So you go for
Giants is one of them teams where if you long, they might burn you, but ain't something like that.
All right. I respect it. I wanted to get now, Tyrone. Just so you know, this is documented. I'm going to give you a chance if you want to take that away and rescind that and say, you know what?
Oh no, I am about what I said. That's you don't see it. You got games.
I see it. Listen, it ain't even the thing is. Go ahead, Tom.
It ain't been like blowouts. It ain't like you know they just over there doing that. I mean they winning, which is good, but ain't nobody thinking about the Giants going. Come on now, but it's good that they in, but that's just what it is. It's like they had in the last 6. Great job,
Great job. You in there. Listen, like Cello said, they just want a shot. When you look at it on paper, the firepower that the Eagles got, the firepower that the Cowboys got, the firepower that the Niners got, even Minnesota, you look at that, and then you look at the Giants not really having a guy that's a number one, and Danny Dimes running for more yards and he passing for, and all of that. It's like you kind of overlook it. I'm just saying, listen, man, y'all got to play almost perfectly in the playoffs. If that's
but y'all got Purdy as
really do, but things happen. I'm just saying, like that's no joke, man.
But y'all got Purdy as y'all quarterback, though, man. We ain't see what he done in the playoffs. Playoffs is a different beast.
Shots fired.
What he do last week?
And then what happened?
Back from a 10-point
How many games he played?
Away?
How many games he played?
He's won 5 straight.
How many games he played?
He's won 5 straight. He actually has one. He probably got more yards, probably more touchdowns than your boy got. Go ahead, Al. It ain't about me. I'm last. Go ahead.
Talking about regular season.
I just wanted to say this real quick.
Yes.
Cello, and this is not taking no shot, but just your statement alone. No, it's no shot at him, but it's the statement that he just made. We haven't seen Brock Purdy in the playoff. We haven't seen Daniel Jones in the playoff.
Got that.
Right. But remember,
so it's the same scenario, with you. You mentioned last week, which was an excellent point, that there are some quarterbacks that at least have some playoff experience moving into the second year. Dak Prescott has playoff experience.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, it was key that he played last year because he got some playoff experience. But then there are a lot of quarterbacks going into this playoffs that never experienced being under that intense playoff pressure. One and done. That's it.
Right.
And it's a different ball game. We all understand that. So
Lamar,
the stakes is high too.
Lamar, what pressure has Purdy faced this season in his career? What pressure has Daniel Jones faced pressure?
Non-49er fans don't understand. He don't have to be Superman for us. He just has to be secure ball manager, and that's it. Are you going to 5-yard route? Throw the screen to McCaffrey.
You haven't been seeing our defense lately.
No, Mike, you don't believe that. Mike, in the playoffs, he's going to have to make a play or two. I don't care. He's gonna have to. If the game is gonna be on the line, he's gonna have to make 2 or 3 key throws in the playoffs. And if he's unable to do that, that could be the difference of y'all advancing on that.
I will rebuttal one thing as I close my Niners out. My one rebuttal is Purdy may not have experience, but please understand my defense and all of my offense was just in the NFC Championship. So please keep that in mind. You're looking at one guy, but forgetting the rest of the team was just here last year. Go ahead.
Hey, before you close that out, I told y'all this before, right? The 49ers is not quarterback center, right? So if anybody is going to make it, right, how to put him in the right spot to throw the right ball. It's not deep down the middle. It's not going to be balls deep. It's not going to be right. It's going to be a low scoring game. All I gotta do is make the right quick screen, quick glance, quick outs. That's going to be all game long. Nobody will put up. Nobody. I'm telling you, nobody plays the 49ers. Look, nobody.
I want to see Purdy against a Wink Martindale defense that he will have to try to figure out. He ain't gonna figure out Wink Martindale's defense. I bet you he don't figure out Wink Martindale's defense. I bet you he don't figure out.
I would love to see Danny Dimes try to run. Go ahead, run, Danny Dimes. Run. Go ahead. Run on us. Good luck with that.
Quote me on right now. Quote me on Fanatics right now.
Look, it's documented. Be clear. Go ahead.
Clear. Quote. Nobody will put more than 17 points on the 49 the rest of
the Raiders just put up 34 points on them the last game. What are you talking about?
We had 9 straight games where nobody scored more than 14. What you want?
I don't care. It starts with one. It starts with one. It starts with one. It starts with one.
What more do you
This
want?
is the NFL.
Tyrese said,
Athlete.
what do you want from me?
Come on.
Man, listen. With Jalen Hurts at quarterback, we averaged 27 points a game.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
That's if you make it to 49. Make it to see the 49.
Yes, you did.
Listen.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good if. Cause listen, man, if them had y'all lose that number one, then y'all got to face the Cowboys early. Listen, I don't know. I just want that number one, man. I need to be home.
Listen.
I don't want to be traveling
on the road. Don't
field,
lose
man,
this week and go on the road. That's all I can tell them Eagles fans. Don't lose this week and go on the road.
Can I say something about the Cowboys?
No, that's what you here for.
Yo, listen. Y'all been. Listen. Y'all better be careful because y'all been set up. I hope you know you've been set up. You've been set up. You played. They played Tennessee last week against a quarterback that they pulled off the streets, and they won that game. Now they're playing Washington. They're playing Howell. This is first start of the year. And then they're gonna go into playoffs, and then they're gonna run into the real deal, and that defense is gonna be in for a rude awakening. So I hope y'all ready.
Well, I tell you what, Eagles going to the playoffs with a 3-game losing streak.
Look,
you believe that?
Hold on. Everybody stop the presses. Let me ask the Resident Eagle expert, Terrence, what's your take on what B. Clark just said?
Well, all I'm going to say is this, brother. Lamar, you made a point talking about what your offense was going to do, brother, but I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'm around a whole bunch of Eagle fans, and your offensive coordinator called a horrible game in the first half. Y'all ran 2 running plays in the entire first half last week.
Right.
Against the last running team. So I don't know if y'all gonna do what you saying y'all gonna do. I don't trust it. Y'all need Jalen Hurts very, very, very bad.
Did you hear my statement? Did you hear my statement though, Terrence?
Go ahead.
I said with Jalen Hurts. I said with Jalen Hurts.
I think I'll be honest with you. I don't know if 75% Jalen Hurts is gonna get you, man.
Who says he's gonna be at 75%?
Don't get me wrong. I like Jalen Hurts. I just don't like the organization. But I like Jalen Hurts.
Hold on. Everybody stop. Did he just give the Eagles like a little bit of props?
No, I didn't. I said I don't. I said I like Jalen Hurts, not the organization.
Nah, he's staying true to himself.
I said I like Jalen Hurts, not the organization.
Oh, I thought it was New Year, Terrence.
No, sir, never. Not with the company. No, sir.
No New Year, Terrence.
No, sir. We don't do that. No, sir. But I'm saying, I'll be honest with you, man. It's gonna be interesting because the NFC, whatever, it seems like they got a lot of stuff going on, so it's gonna be interesting. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all need Jalen Hurts back, and y'all need him back fast. But y'all need him back healthy, man. If y'all don't get him back healthy, I think it's gonna be a long. It's gonna be grand opening, grand closing.
Okay. So Lamar, I got to rebuttal one thing you said because you highlighted how the Cowboys had not a cakewalk per se, but they beat Tennessee in their quarterback. The Giants beat a 4-11 Colts team, and they lost 5. Prior to that game, they lost 5 straight against that can play. Let's not act like that ain't hope. So that shoot go on their foot as well. Let's be real.
Lamar, when y'all don't forget how much y'all want about. How much
the last 2 Eagles lost to? Give me the last 2 Eagles lost to.
I said, Lamar, when y'all beat the Colts, how much y'all won by?
I think we beat them by 1 point.
Colts ain't no slouch, man. They got that record, but they ain't been no slouch.
But Cello, we played them 5 weeks ago. The Colts 5 weeks ago was not the Colts that y'all played last week.
Give me
the last 2. Give me the last 2, Eagles fans. Eagles fans, give me the last 2 that y'all lost to. Give it to me.
Well, I know one you want to hear. We lost to a very hard, strong Dallas team, right?
And then who else?
With our backup quarterback, right?
Who else? Oh,
It-
that one what you were saying when I had Cooper Rush in the game. But keep on going.
no, that's what y'all was saying, right? That's what y'all was saying. Y'all was saying what my backup, right? That's what you was saying. You was saying we lost with our backup. That's what you clearly was saying. You was saying yeah, it was our backup. You beat us. You supposed to do that. Those was your exact words.
I get it. Who you lose to before that?
Huh?
Who you lose to before that?
Before y'all?
Yeah.
The Washington Commanders.
Okay, so slouches, right? Slouches.
No, not at all.
So if mine's a cakewalk, right? You lost to the Washington Commanders. If mine's a cakewalk, you're on a two-game losing streak, right? And I'm not trying to beat up on the Eagles, but I'm telling you right now.
With our backup quarterback.
No, everybody getting beat up. I'm getting it from Stello getting it from me, Lamar giving it to you. Like, equal opportunity.
But it's all good.
Eagles fans, this week, no matter who you play, it is a must-win game.
Absolutely.
Go into the playoffs with a 3-game winning streak, a 3-game losing streak, expect to go on the road and win against a Tom Brady. We all know, regardless, right? Regardless of what we may say about Tampa Bay, regardless of what we might say about Green Bay, playoff Tom Brady, playoff Aaron Rodgers is a totally different story. Totally different. Let's get it right now, right? 49ers, Cowboys, we said the Eagles, but we all know in the NFC.
What about Dak though in the playoffs?
And right now, Dallas is scheduled to play Tom Brady. So until something changes, that's who you need to worry about.
Right.
Yeah, you talking confidently like Dak been a playoff player.
You talking confidently?
Dak ain't been performing in the playoffs, my brother. He been like playoff Pete.
Right. But you right there with me, right? Daniel Jones ain't performing shit.
Well, he performed this season, and he about to show you what he gonna do. But Dak has not been performing in the playoffs, bro. Let's be real.
I love all my haters.
Jimmy, you can chime in. You ain't muted, so when I tell you what say something,
love my haters.
How's that?
There's a 3 teams waiting. That's waiting for the #1 playoff spot.
Hold on. Let Timmy rock.
There's 3 teams that's waiting for a playoff for the #1 seed. Yep. Cowboys, Eagles, and Niners. What happens if all 3 of them lost the game? Where did the Giants leave at?
Eagles will be #1. Eagles will be number one.
Right. If everybody loses, we win.
We'll be Philly.
Hold up. Y'all wouldn't lose that to Minnesota? If Minnesota won, wouldn't they leapfrog y'all?
No. We got the tiebreaker over in Minnesota. We beat them.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, well, somebody tweaking over there.
What's fair?
Is that my phone on Timmy's camera?
Nah, that's Timmy got like a little feedback. I be muting him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be like he got like a warp little thing that be coming on. So Tim, when I mute you, that's what that's for. All right. Listen, man, y'all came prepared. I like that everybody took shots and everybody listen. It's that time of year, man. Playoffs is here. Right around the corner. I just need everybody. Look, I want to face y'all teams at full strength. I don't want to face nobody team hurt. I'm hoping we healthy. I'm hoping that whoever we face, may the best team win. But I want to face everybody healthy. I don't want no injuries, as much as possible. I want to see that. I want Hurts. I wish Hurts could, I didn't know his shoulder was as bad as it was. Mark kind of downplayed and said he was faking, but clearly not. Not if he's still not even considering the play in this particular game. So I don't know, man, but ideal situation is it's upon us. So Philly, you have your destiny is in your hands. As much as I don't want you guys to win because I want us to get that, I don't feel like you're not gonna win. I feel like you're gonna win. Just because. Then again, if Cello, is it true that you guys are resting players and not playing them, or is that like just speculation? Because I've seen that circulating today.
I mean, my whole thing is Uh, I won't be surprised if they rest players. They're gonna do what's smart for the team, and I just respect whatever they say, whatever decision. If they rest players, I'm with it. If they don't, I'm with it. But they're gonna do what's best for the team. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did rest some players, or if they played a quarter or something. If they did it like a preseason, I won't be surprised. So it ain't really official yet. It ain't gonna be official till Sunday, man. So
I think y'all
whatever
playing. I
whatever
think
they do,
everybody playing possum, and then you're gonna
yeah.
show up thinking you're gonna show up with UPS workers, and then next thing you know, you got all your starters. I see that. No offense to UPS, y'all
fellas,
great. I'm just saying in
I'm
terms of
gonna log out,
NFL
man.
roster,
I'll let y'all in a
NFL.
minute.
You want to make sure you got football players. So yeah, man, this is gonna be an interesting
All
thing.
right, Terrence,
Go ahead,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm gonna log out. I'm gonna see y'all. I'm gonna hit you up
Oh,
on the
don't
chat.
log out yet. I need to hear your bowl prediction, man. Before you
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
B. Clark, hold your thought. Let me ask the captain. Yo, I promise you, Terrence, I hope by next week I have the boat sound ready for you whenever you want it queued up.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Play the boat sound for you.
It's all good.
Captain Thanos.
It's all good.
We need to be concerned with him. I'm serious. We need to be concerned with him. I thought Cello was bad. He already got it out for me. I'm concerned about Captain Thanos.
I'm inedible.
Another level.
You listen, man. Listen, I need us to win the bowl, so nobody can say nothing to me.
Y'all not winning the bowl. Y'all not.
Nothing said to me. We need a. Let's go, Niners. I need a bowl, man. Go ahead, boat captain. The floor is yours. Make your bowl prediction. Who's about to join the boat first?
Who's joining the boat first? Well, I'm gonna say this. I see in the near future the Giants joining the boat, along with the Seagulls joining the boat. I think the Cowboys make it to the next round. I see the Bills, and I hate to say it, but I see the Bills and them stinking is making it to the daggone Super Bowl. Jesus.
This must be a parallel universe. This must be the multiverse that I'm in right now. Timmy, I must be in a what?
Jesus.
Yo, it's documented. He can't take it back. It's out there to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
You had the infinity going, Captain.
I didn't like you, but now I like you and love you. Go ahead, Terrence.
Now, I for some reason, I think they're gonna make it. Y'all hand some officials off or something, man.
Don't tell nobody.
But I think y'all gonna make it. But I think that y'all gonna get handled by by Buffalo, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, wouldn't be new. We've lost 2 of them in the last couple years. So yeah.
I think Buffalo. But I think they're gonna come back really inspired. Man. They're gonna play hard for Hamlin. Mm-hmm. I really do see that.
Is Buffalo a team of destiny?
They might be. They very well might be. I mean, let's think about it. Like David said, to talk about their running game. I'm like, game ain't the best, no, but they have running back by committee, and their quarterback can run as well. So I don't think it's a running game. You know what I mean? And then when you look at everything else, he's talking about their receivers besides Diggs and get them. I'm like, what are you watching?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm like, Dave. All we need to do, guys, is get together and put a donation so Dave can get some glasses because his glasses. He got
glasses. He got glasses.
Yeah.
He got glasses.
Yeah, I think really, and I'm just being honest with you, David. It would not surprise me, man, if they go into like it's crazy when you remember when 9/11 occurred and the Patriots went on a serious run. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it surprised me it again, man. And I'll be honest with you, ever with the Bills being as young as they are, their core is really, really young. Their core is really young, man. So it would not surprise me if they go on a run, man, for the next few years.
All right, listen, man. Look, this is not. Let me put this disclaimer out here. This is not because he had my boys in the Super Bowl. This is because of his take during the DeMar Hamlin portion and his breakdown on Buffalo. Nothing to do with my Niners.
You've reached guru status. Wow.
Nothing to do with my Niners at all. You heard that,
You
Church.
crazy,
Good
man.
job. Good.
Listen,
Listen,
you're gonna be
I'm
regretting that.
Listen,
You're gonna be like,
I
yeah, I
feel
should
like
never
it's set
said
up.
that.
I feel like I'm being set up because I'm like, do I want his energy towards us? Because I don't, but because that's gonna jinx us. Because he realized hating on us don't work. So if he put out good juju, it's gonna come. I see.
well, remember, hating on y'all. I mean, y'all was dropping like flies for a minute there, good
Yeah,
brother.
but we help you now. Debo about to be back. I seen that Jimmy Garoppolo gonna be ready for the playoffs. Cello,
right.
watch out. Jimmy G might be back. Jimmy G might listen. If the young boy ain't looking right, Jimmy G gonna be getting back in that game, buddy. So you might.
Jimmy G gonna be rusty. It's gonna be too late.
Yeah.
It's one game elimination, baby.
That's
one game elimination.
That's a fact.
It's gonna be interesting. I'm not. If nothing else,
Daniel Jones been playing all season. Purdy ain't been playing all season. He ain't faced no pressure. Daniel Jones faced pressure, so he's more prepared. He knows how to carry a team. Purdy don't. And I don't care what you say about that defense. You still got to score.
We know Giants ain't
still got to score. And our defense ain't trash. Philly defense ain't trash. Dallas defense ain't trash. You playing good defenses in this playoffs.
What about our defense ain't
no,
trash.
y'all defense
what's
is
Bob Marley song? What's that song? Don't let them fool you. Don't let that one game fool you.
That was a lot of
don't let that one game fool. Everybody don't have Devontae Adams they throwing to. Just keep that in mind. Everybody don't have Waller, who's like second best tight end in the league to throw to. Keep that in mind when you see Stidham throw for 300 yards. Anthony Adams, Waller.
We pretty close, buddy.
I'm copping please right now. I'm copping please.
But
listen, man, playoff picture. Salute, bro. Terry, you see the 9 playoff teams that's on the boat. Broncos, Commanders, Falcons, Raiders. They are on what's the boat. That was the boat captain. We will have his sound effect for the boat next week.
Yo, that's gonna be crazy.
We can have that. So whenever he does
that's
this, that joint gonna go bah, bah, whatever the boat sound is. So matter of fact,
that's gonna be
great
crazy.
because you are the former captain. I just need the boat sound, a nice loud one. So when I play it, they'll know it's no doubt it's a boat. You know what I'm saying? So we want that.
That's gonna be dope.
I do not want to hear that associated with my team. I promise you, because he gonna make that. Man, this is Fanatics. You will not get this nowhere else. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen. We got let me just see on the schedule just to recap. So Giants is Philly. Both of them playing possum, acting like everybody not playing, and then all of a sudden everybody gonna play. That's my prediction. Cowboys, who you guys got? Washington.
This week we got the Commanders.
Commanders. All right. Corey. Commanders.
They're facing Cobra.
You were in it, man. Corey, y'all were in it. And then, y'all ended up getting eliminated because the Giants got in. So y'all ended up getting out, I think, because Green Bay won. And there's a whole bunch of stuff, and it eliminated So I'm glad that there's not 3 NFC teams and 4 NFC teams. I did not want to hear y'all mouth about your 4 NFC East teams. So thankfully I got the 3. So cool. I'm good with the 3. That's enough. As Mark said, it's already crowded enough. It's too crowded out there. NFC is too crowded. We need y'all to space out. We have the Arizona Cardinals. We're at home. So we need this win to win.
Give me game.
To not come out and do what they need to do so we can have home field and only 2 games to get the Super Bowl. Look,
what
Philly
time y'all play, Mike?
We got home field with only 2 games to play to get to the bowl. So let's see what happens.
What time y'all play?
Typically we're like 4:15 p.m.
4 o'clock.
Hey, with that being said, I'm glad he asked that question. NFL did that on purpose. San Francisco play the Cardinals at 4:25. 4:25, and the Eagles play the Giants at 4:25. The NFL played it on purpose.
Timmy,
That was smart.
Terrence might have look. He might be taking your guru status. He went there and he was thinking hard too, and you can see he was dreading to say it, but he seemed like he had an epiphany. He seen something.
What? That the Buffalo Bills going all the way to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, he seen Buffalo going to the Super Bowl, and he feel like the Niners gonna get get the luck of the draw and get there. So we'll see what happens. But again, we're praying for player safety. We hope you guys are safe. We know that it's going to be a little weird when they get out on the field initially because of what happened. I'm sure it's going to be when it's tackling. It's going to be kind of weird. It won't look like the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl looked like flag football.
Two-hand.
Two-hand touch. I think when we played
they did two-hand touch before.
I think that we hit harder back then than the Pro Bowl. Parking lot.
I'm still gonna get you back for hitting me on.
I know. Listen, I didn't know that was gonna happen, but I had to just get a little shoulder. And that show, it was fun out there. It was nice.
Yo, question: was this the first time that the NFL had all teams for the last game of the season to be determined with the times? Was this the first time ever?
I can't recall. I'll leave that to the
I
guru.
think so.
That was smart, man.
Yeah,
that was smart.
Yeah, that's kind of that's good. What you think, Guru? What you think, Tim? Is that next episode? I need you to come back and let us know if that is indeed an accurate stat, because I don't know.
What, the time change?
No, in regards to what Cello said, let him know again, Cello, what it is, so he can know what to come back with next week.
Or for the last game of the season for all teams, the time was not determined. They determined the time after this past week. So there was no set times for every game. There was no set time.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
TBD. You're right.
Every game was TBD.
Right.
So
they kept it hidden, which is not good.
No, they didn't keep it hidden. You talking about you saw on the schedule. At first, I thought it was just the Giants. Yeah. At first, I thought it was just the Giants and the Eagles. Then I looked at the schedule on another platform, and I was like, all the games were to be determined for the last game of the season. It's been like that the whole season.
Yeah. Huh. So
that was smart.
Look, Lamar, conspiracy.
I think it's smart, though. I think it's smart.
Yeah, it's smart. It's smart.
Like I said,
okay.
All three of those games in the NFC that means something. Eagles, 49ers, Cowboys, all of them at 425. Right.
And then you think about the Packers. The Packers got the night game.
Right. I need them to go home. I don't want the Packers in. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing them.
I'm gonna tell you what.
I'm tired of seeing them, bro. Literally,
if
ugly uniform.
If Kansas City gets, let's say, let's play playoff scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Eagles, 49ers, Cowboys all win. Stays the same. Mm-hmm. Packers get on Sunday. Packers go to Minnesota. Packers beat Minnesota all day.
Yeah,
all day. Which means the first game that the Eagles have to see is Aaron Rodgers coming to Philly. Right? Wow. And the cold weather.
Ooh, that would be crazy.
It's crazy, right? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That wouldn't be the case. That wouldn't be the case.
I thought it was coming to us. If we
right. They would be playing the 49ers. They would be playing the 49ers.
That would be crazy.
Tired of seeing him, bro. We just seen him last year. See him again.
Everybody wins. If everybody wins, we win the first playoffs, right? We coming. I still call. I know it ain't called candlestick no more, but I still call it candlestick just because. They call candlestick before. I know where y'all at.
Right. It's all good. We ain't saying the clever now.
Right. I just like it. I mean, I know it ain't called candlestick.
I got you.
But that means we coming out there to Cali.
Listen, my plan, man, is I'm gonna wear my Devo jersey that I got from our lovely, again, the sponsor of this segment, our lovely sponsors at Sports Fanatics. So, if it play out how I hope it play out, where we get the number one and we only got 2 games in the Super Bowl, I will be wearing my jersey. You will see my pictures in the stadium with my jersey on. So we'll see how that play out, man. Again, Sports Fanatics, go get your apparel, man. Thank you for sponsoring this particular segment as we broke down the NFL. Nice gift that we got from our sponsor. And if you want to advertise on the show, The opportunity is there for you. Just inbox us, let us know, and you can be a part of it as well. But shout out to Sports Fanatics for blessing us with the official tissue, as we like to call it. So listen, man, we here, man. At the end of the show, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Fanatics Live. For the fans, by the fan, hashtag join the discussion. You can go watch everything else on YouTube. There's a bunch of stuff, but I promise you, you will not get a perspective like this or the banter we got for a reason. Players are professionals and they're invested with their teams and they'll have back and forth to an extent. Fans are so passionate. We ignore all logic and we don't care. We're going to go with whatever we feel and we're going to go with it. All the arguments are legit, but in our minds, we don't hear nothing you talk about. So that's what we do on Fanatics. We are the voice of the fans. Again, follow us, Facebook and Instagram at Fanatics Live. Hashtag join this discussion, and you can be one of the panelists that's on here. These are experts in their own right. So come on here and be ready to talk your talk, but make sure you know your stuff, know your team, no bandwagons. Now, shout out to Richie, because Richie said the Raiders lost, so now he's rooting, not bandwagon, he's rooting for the Buffalo Bills. Donald said his Cardinals are out of the playoffs, so now he's rooting for, not bandwagon, just rooting. If he had to pick a team to win, he's rooting for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know there's a couple other teams that lost that's on the boat. It's okay for you to root for a team and make it clear who you got your money on in terms of who you like to see win it all. Or you can stay quiet and act like you're not rooting for another team on the low, but we know you are. That's how we do it. Not on the chat. All right, man. God bless my brothers. Happy New Year again to you. Excellent.
Happy New Year.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
Y'all
brother.
came in with the good energy. Great episode, and we're going to keep it going, man. We're going to just continue to grow, and you'll see us on some hopefully bigger and better things this year like never before. Shout out to y'all. Salute. 49er, bang, bang, bang.
God bless my brother.
Go
God
Cowboys.
bless.
Bang, bang. Listen, I got the official. Oh, the drip. Look at the drip. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Drip.